So I've had a lot of friends who are wives already and like have babies, and they're like, I'm just not into sex. I don't feel like I want to have sex. I don't really like sex. I don't need sex in my life. Why do you think it's the reason why that happens?
Well, there's a lot of reasons why this happens, and it's very individual in some cases, but you know, oftentimes the man and the woman have not really taken the time to understand what the other person needs. So each partner has individual needs. And again, so in the beginning, it's just all chemicals. We don't need anything. We're just drawn together like magnets. Then over time, it's like, well, actually, I really need it to be softer or slower, or, you know, he needs her to put on some lingerie and create a more of a visual experience for him. And, you know, they both have individual needs. And so, you know, there's got to be a desire to talk about this, and there's got to be a desire to want to serve and give to the other person, because they are your partner and they do show up in your life in so many ways. So we want to figure out what is our resistance. Now, some of it could be physical, and hormones do play a huge part. So, you know, that's also another program right there. But if there's an emotional resistance, oftentimes that plays the biggest part in the reason why couples aren't having sex.
What do you mean by emotional resistance?
Well, if there's a lack of communication, if there's other issues in the relationship that haven't been sorted through, it could be, you know, family dynamics, it could be financial, or it could be that he spends too much time at work, you know, or maybe she spends too much time at work, for those of us who do that. And so, you know, these are things that kind of get in the way emotionally, and then it sort of doesn't allow for the free-flowing, loving connection that needs to be there in order for sex to happen, to flow. So basically, this is all stuff that can be sorted through, talked about, get a therapist for, but really, if you really, really want to have more sex and have better sex, you have to have a dedication to it. So what I really recommend is for couples to actually schedule their sex.
Oh, really?
I know that sounds really boring.
Yeah.
But, and here's the thing, it's like, because we've learned to value spontaneity as the thing that makes sex hot, right? We think like, oh, when it suddenly happens with somebody we barely know inside the car, you know, or at the beach or something, that's what makes sex hot. But the thing is that the reality is we actually in our day-to-day life don't have the space for that type of spontaneity. We are busy people. Those of you who have kids are definitely can't exactly just be spontaneous at any time. So scheduling sex makes it, you know, okay, this is our time. This is what we're gonna create, you know, in our time together. And then what actually happens in that can be whatever you want. So it can be spontaneous, but it's, you know, on Saturdays at 2 o'clock, that's our date.